222.
Roger, roger.
I hear you. Everything okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, I came out here and updated the navigational databases yesterday. They're good through October 3rd. They update every 30 days.
Okay.
So you can imagine, like 25 years ago, every month you would get like maps.
That's right, you said, yeah.
Yeah, you had to have a subscription. And listen to
Celsius. Altimeter 3019er. Remarks. Density altitude 300.
McKellar Sykes Regional Airport.
Automated weather observation 1353 Zulu. Wind 050 at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 16 Celsius.
Cessna 032, turn right on Alpha, runway 11, taxi via Charlie.
3019er.
Alright, turning on Alpha,
Density
going to Charlie,
altitude
back to
300.
032.
McKellar Sykes Regional Airport.
Automated weather observation 1353 Zulu. Wind 050 at 03. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear.
Alright, so we'll be headed at 345, so that's to the east. We'll have to fly even 500. So we'll say 45 or 6,500. And then Cape Girardeau's about the same elevation we are, so our pattern altitude will be around 14 when we get there. And it's 102 miles, it's already loaded in.
Okay.
Right, so what we're going to do, because we're using that short run-up area,
Yeah.
is we'll probably do a little bit of a run-up, kind of out. Because we're still in what's called the non-control area.
I see. Okay.
The air tractor in front of it.
Yeah. They're loading it up.
Got a bit. While I'm doing my run-up.
What is it?
Get a shot of the air tractor.
Oh.
Like with your phone or something.
Dylan, your flaps up.
I'm gonna actually, I'll use this checklist.
032, copy on the flaps.
They are up for 032. 4032.
Alright, our doors are good, correct?
Yes.
Our caps handle is out. Seat belts are good, fuel.
032 at runway 11, ready to take off.
Sure.
Cessna 032, make left traffic, report midfield, runway 11, cleared for takeoff.
Bonner said.
Takeoff, runway 11, making left traffic and reporting midfield.
Jackson Towers, November 41 X-ray Papa, ready for departure at 11.
Sirius 421 X-ray Papa, Jackson Tower traffic, Cessna 150 left base, runway 11, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 11. I'm just going to hold short, let him land.
Alright, Sirius 421 X-ray Papa, cancel landing clearance. And Sirius 6, 1 X-ray Papa, hold short, runway 11.
41 X-ray Papa, holding short, 11.
You could have technically gone.
Got me, approved me. But I'd hate to get out there and something.
Well, sure, and then, this guy's trying to land.
Yeah, you're like, oh, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude, who's practicing his landings.
Right. You're already nervous enough. And...
But, right. and it just lets the plane warm up more since it's a little bit cooler than normal.
True, sure.
So I would bet that's a 152, which has about 150 horsepower, uses about 10 gallons an hour, maybe even less, and probably has a range of around 300 miles. Probably the most common, like, trainer from Cessnas. November 1803. Let it go. He's doing full stop.
032, Toronto Alpha, taxi to runway 11 via Charlie 1.
Taking Alpha to Charlie 2, taxi to Charlie 1 down, runway 11.
Cirrus 1 X-ray Papa, runway 11, cleared for takeoff, say direction of flight.
November 41 X-ray Papa, clear for 11. I'll be going to the northwest.
Roger.
41 X-ray Papa, so I'll just do left traffic and depart when I get on my heading.
Sounds good.
You ever notice that mound of dirt in front of us up there?
I have not, actually. Probably because I'm always looking this way, out the side.
Alright, so we've runway heading toward about 600 feet off the ground.
Okay.
At 600 feet, which is 1,000 MSL, we can...
This is Wayne 032 at runway 11, ready to take off.
Right, so we are at 1,000 MSL, 600 AGL.
Less than 18032 tower, runway 11, cleared for takeoff, report midfield left downwind.
Cleared to take off runway 11, going left traffic, reporting midfield for 032.
So standard left-hand turn, climbing out at about between 1,000 and 1,400 feet per minute at about 110 knots. And this is essentially our heading here.
Yep, okay.
So we're not quite back on runway heading.
Gotcha.
Jackson Tower, tractor 7, ready to cross takeaway Delta.
Tractor 7, tower cross, Delta.
Cross Delta.
So we're, like I said, another plane taking off again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just going in circles, huh?
Yeah, just practicing. And now they're like anti-touch and go for training.
Really?
Yeah. That was always a little bit of a controversial thing in the last, say, 10 years, I guess.
Really? What was the reasoning behind that?
Dangerous.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because you have to coordinate so many different things.
I see.
The first time I did my solo landings without, so the first time you fly solo, what happens usually is you get in the plane, you fly for 20, 30 minutes with your instructor.
Okay.
You do 2 or 3 or 4 landings, and he says, or she says, do you think you could do this by yourself? They usually, sometimes they'll probably spring it on you a little bit so that, you're not any more nervous than normal.
Sure.
And that's what my guy did. He said, hey, I think you could do this. Do you want to do a few by yourself? and you have a panic attack, and
Right.
you start to sweat very profusely, and you think of 15,000 reasons why you can't
Sure.
do it by yourself, and some people probably say no,
Right.
and then they'll say okay, and then they'll say okay, well, let's either do a few more and then I want you to try at least one, or they'll say okay, well then when you come back next time I want you to be prepared to do it by yourself.
Right.
So he said, hey, do you want to do a few by yourself? And so I was like, no, because I'll die, I'll kill people, I don't know how to fly an airplane, I don't know how to land an airplane, it's very dangerous, I don't know. And then I played out and I was like, do you think I can? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay.
Okay.
So he got out. He got out. I did about 3 landings. Pretty good.
Okay.
Probably didn't take maybe 3 breaths during that whole time.
Sure. Sounds about right.
Yep. Forgot what to say half the time, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think we're gonna fly over your farm, by the way.
Okay.
I'm just following the road. Sorry to interrupt your story, but
Anyway,
I was
so
gonna say if you see it, you can.
then the next time, he said, okay, now since you were able to do that, it's a big deal. They cut your shirt,
Yes.
all that stuff.
Yes.
So then he said, okay, now next time you come, you're flying solo, and all I want you to do is take off and land.
Okay.
So I said, okay.
Man, I spit on it
This
and
is
everything.
032 reporting midfield, runway 11.
Cessna 032.
There's that big house over there, so I bet your farm is gonna be on that side.
Land runway 11, 032.
So then the next time I came out, I did 1 or 2 landings totally good. So I come out the second time, I do a couple landings, everything's fine, using the big runway, and on like the third one, I come down, and when I land, I go over to put my flaps up
Yeah.
to get back into takeoff configuration, doing touch and goes, and I missed. I whiffed on the switch.
Oh.
And so what flaps do is they provide you with additional lift so that when you come into land,
Yeah.
it's like a bird coming to land. It spreads its wings, it catches extra air, and you don't drop as fast, you stall slower, everything that's good.
Okay.
But when you're taking off, what they'll do is they'll give you a extra amount of lift so that you could actually get airborne before your airborne velocity.
Oh, okay.
So what happened was, I reached over, I get full power,
Yeah.
and went over and missed.
Okay.
And so I had full flaps, and then the plane at about 50 miles, the takeoff speed's about 60, 70.
Yeah.
At about 50 miles an hour, it just shot up at about a 45 or 50 degree angle,
Oh.
and the engine started to sputter because you
Oh,
were
no.
climbing too steeply with not enough power and not enough velocity
Right.
to even take off. And I thought, well, this is not going to end well. So immediately the rule.
032, you done?
Now I'm going to continue going for a few more landings.
Cessna 032, Toronto Alpha, runway 11, taxi at Charlie.
The rule is if you're going to stall,
Turning on to Charlie to 11.
you get your nose down
Yes.
to pick up airspeed. And I immediately shoved the thing forward, and I looked over and clicked the flaps up. And the plane went from like a 45, 50 degree angle with almost no speed, stall warning going off, and it just dropped to a straight level, and it and the stall warning went off.
Oh my gosh.
And of course I was about to have
A huge panic attack if you weren't already.
Right. But it was not terrible. And then as I'm doing my thing, because I'd already made my calls with the tower. So as now I'm going down the runway, I'm starting to get elevation, and I'm doing left turns.
Yeah.
And it's just I started to do my left turn, the tower was like, what is it, 401?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, 401, you okay?
Oh.
And I said, I think so. And she said, that's a pretty aggressive angle of liftoff there.
Oh.
I said, Yeah, that was not intentional.
Yeah, my bad.
So, obviously that could have ended terribly.
Sure, yeah.
So when you're doing landings, the touch and go saves time, but they're no longer considered an actual full landing. So now, for me to be,
Jack Tower, this is 1032.
What's our-
runway 11, ready to take off.
what our stuff's going to be.
That's 032.
You asking for Cape Girardeau's airport number?
Runway 11 cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 11, making left traffic.
I'll see if I can find
and
it.
reporting midfield.
Okay, I got them all here if you need them.
All right, waypoint.
Do you know what runways they have?
10, 28, and 0220.
That is correct. 1028 is your longer runway. It is 6,500 feet by 150 feet wide, and it is good concrete. And 02 and 20 is 3,997 feet by 100 feet, and that is fair asphalt with concrete.
Fine. FYI. And that'll probably be the one we do because the winds are essentially about 05, and that runway is 02. So even though it's the shorter runway, it's actually longer than the runway we take off and land on
Here.
here. And if we were going to do the other one, 10 or 28, we would do 10, which we could always do that one as well, do a touch and go.
Okay.
If they let us, it's a tower. It's
The tower, yeah, you get it.
it's a category D, so we'll have to get permission to land.
Okay.
We don't have to have permission to enter the airspace, but we have to have permission to, or actually we have to maintain communication. So Charlie and Delta airports, if they're open, you have to contact and have open communication, meaning I say tower, this is 41 X-ray Papa, and then they acknowledge with my tail number. For Bravo, they have to approve you to go in. So you remember that time we flew down to Ole Miss?
Yes.
And they said approved to enter Bravo airspace.
Yes.
Right downwind, runway 10, report midfield, 64532.
So that should.
That get you?
So that's got us. So we're 75 miles, 345, 342,
Okay.
and then waypoint. I want to pull the information.
I don't know.
Well, now it is.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Weird.
Yeah, when the technology is 23 years old, it operates like 23-year-old technology.
Well, yeah.
So I came out yesterday and pulled the data cards, which are the thickness of a French fry.
Yes.
And they look like they could probably fit in a Game Boy.
Yeah.
500 feet is supposed to be like the minimum safe distance. Now, interestingly, on the horizon, notice we have the haze level above the horizon.
Yes, I do see that.
So I think that is like a moisture layer because it's not clouds.
No, there's no clouds.
There are no clouds.
No clouds, but very hazy.
Yeah, so you have the ground, which is easily visible, actually as distinct as we've seen it since we've been in this plane.
Yes.
Then you have the obvious horizon. Then you have the sky above the horizon. Then you have a gray haze level for about 30 degrees of vision, and then you get the actual sky.
Yeah, it is
above
interesting.
that. So it is an interesting look. And like I said on the way over here today, the weather report was about as brief and concise as I've ever seen it. Beautiful VFR with light northerly winds, where it's typically a paragraph.
Yes.
Cape Tower, 200 Juliet, left midfield for 10.
That's at Cape. I think that's where we're headed.
Oh.
Because they used our one of our runways.
That goes 10, 200 Juliet.
Okay.
Right, so he's using touch and go. We could do a request right traffic for 10.
Yeah.
That'll be a better, that or a touch and go on 02. He's doing touch and goes on 10 because it's longer. So if something goes wrong, he can actually land.
In November is when you take this up here.
Yeah, we bring it up. If everything goes well, it'll be like the week before Thanksgiving.
Right. It's on a Monday.
Well, it's scheduled for the 18th of October. If they find room before that, it could come
18th of November?
18th of November. And it'll take about 4 weeks.
Okay. I was like, we're not here the 18th of October. But.
All right, so if you were flying.
Okay.
And you didn't know how to read any of the instruments, but you wanted to go straight, how would you know if you were going straight?
How would I know if I was going straight? Does your compass count as a thing?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so you'd follow that.
But then you're going to be staring at your compass.
Right, you're not looking at... I guess you would pick a point, right? And then pick something like a landmark, and then try to maintain your course with that landmark.
So what do you see out there that's a good straight landmark?
That's a nice straight... Well, besides that probable fire over there.
Yeah, there's a...
Right downwind, runway 10.
There's a beautiful smoke plume.
Yeah.
About 400 or 500 feet in the air. maybe 1,000 feet.
Go runway 10, 64532.
So someone's doing touch and goes at our airport.
At that airport, okay.
That's the tower talking to them.
I mean, there's like, besides that, there's that nice little open area at like 12 o'clock.
We'll be inbound full stop, but I'm looking for like a full traffic pattern. Midfield downwind for 131 Mike Tango.
I think he said report down. Midfield downwind. Right traffic 10.
131 Mike Tango, right traffic for 10.
Yeah, that's what that'll be what we want to do as
okay.
well.
The 10, so the longer runway. But I mean, I think that smoke is a pretty good dead center.
Yeah, I'm headed on. I'm on about a 3, 4, 6, 7 course because the winds are very minimal right now.
Sure.
So yeah, as long as I keep that, actually there's 2 smoke plumes.
There are, you could keep in the middle of them.
Well, so as long as I keep the bigger one mostly in front of us and the smaller one slightly to our right, I should be pretty much dead on course, yeah.
Cape Tower 64532, 46 field, runway 10, left downwind.
More significant on your side. Here.
Clear touch to go, runway 10, 64532.
Flying an airplane, that is important. Alright.
Mike Tango, they're approaching the numbers. You are cleared to land at runway 10.
Cleared to land, runway 10, 131 Mike Tango.
Cape Tower, 200 Juliet, left midfield for 10.
200 Juliet, you're number 2, following traffic in the opposite downwind. They're just a bit ahead of you. And report them inside.
I've got the traffic coming over the numbers inside.
Not that one. It's they just passed over the numbers of runway 2 in the right downwind. Let me know when you got them inside.
So he'll keep. So you got 2 planes flying parallel.
Get a right through 234
One will turn left to land, one will turn right to land.
Oh, okay.
And the left-hand traffic has preference. He's given, or the right-hand turn has preference.
Okay.
So he's to the south, going to the west, and will turn right-handed back to runway 100.
Yeah.
And then the other plane is north, flying west, and will make a left-handed southward turn. And he will not approve the second plane to land until that plane tells him he sees the plane in front of him.
Oh, okay.
Because until he sees the plane in front of him, he can't judge his turns. So if he doesn't visually confirm that plane,
yeah,
then the tower will clear him for his first turn, his base turn. So he would say, you know, plane in left traffic, you're now clear for your left to make your you know, either clear to, you're not clear to land, but he'll say he's over the numbers, you can go ahead, you know, basically start your left-hand turn, or maybe even call his left-hand turn.
Oh.
Because remember in Hawaii,
yeah,
the air traffic controller called our base turn. You remember
yes,
that?
I think so, yeah.
Behind the jet, behind
yes.
the like 787.
Right.
Because we were the last plane to land that direction before they reversed it to 180 degrees.
Because the winds changed, right. And that was the crazy thing about that airport, right? It was in a valley, right? So the winds
between two mountains.
Yeah.
Yep. And they had two runways. The 10,000-foot runway was, I think, either east, west, or south, and the winds would shift 180 degrees.
Downwind, runway 10.
That I don't know.
It's around here somewhere.
4532, number 2, follow traffic ahead in the base. Clear touch and go, runway 10.
Following traffic, I got eyes on him. Runway 10, clear touch and go, 64532.
So now...
Tango left Delta, then Alpha Bravo Park.
So now he's trusts the planes to maintain separation.
Because they see each other.
Because they see each other.
I see.
But if we're flying and we're watching somebody to our left land and we lose sight, if we don't have a tower, then we have to communicate and say, hey, I'm whatever, I'm
FMO Whiskey Tower copies.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere and I'm going to extend my downwind. With the plane landing, let me know when you're on the ground or something like that. But with the tower has to maintain separation until
the tower 900 Golf, 10 miles out to the northwest, inbound for touch and goes.
Here's Jet 40, Cape Ground, on request, playback in a couple minutes.
Busy.
Yeah.
989 Golf, Cape Tower, straight in, runway 10, report 5 miles straight in final.
Straight in for 10, we'll report 5 miles out, 999 Golf.
Okay, based on our angle, where are we going to intersect at? Are the runways?
Like...
almost perfect for a 40 degree. For 10.
Tower, Foxtrot Airport, Quebec, 8 miles to the northeast, inbound with the numbers for full stop.
Pascal Tower, say again.
Foxtrot Airport, Quebec, inbound from the northeast, about 7 miles, coming in for a full stop.
Alright, Jet 4 Quebec, Cape Tower, left downwind, runway 10, report midfield downwind.
Left downwind, runway 10, report midfield. Foxtrot Airport, Quebec.
Yeah, so anything to the north, they're doing left traffic. Anything south, they're doing right traffic.
Okay.
So if we wanted to, if we didn't have a tower, what would be our expectation? What would the FAA expect us to do to land? Or what would all of the pilots expect us to do?
It always like right hand, left hand base.
Yep.
I guess.
So So the assumption is always, unless it's published, right hand base.
Okay.
Right, which I don't know. I don't think that's the case here.
I don't think so.
So what we would do is we would fly about 500 to 1,000 feet right over the middle of the runway.
Okay.
And then we would enter left traffic while descending down to the pattern altitude and turn left.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Or the new thing that I've seen people doing is they fly directly over, they fly out, and then they make a huge right-hand turn and then come in.
Oh.
From basically the opposite direction.
Okay.
They call that a teardrop, which is a instrument entry pattern for holds.
Okay.
So what we would do is we would just overfly. We would plan on going over the runway at about midfield at 500 to 1,000 feet, preferably 500. That way you don't have to cut a lot of altitude.
Okay.
As we've learned, when we do that, you wind up picking up speed.
Then
you get kind of bumpy.
A little too fast, yeah.
Traffic on about a half
So
mile.
36 is that way.
Number 2.
I think that's it right there.
About 4 mile final.
No.
Clear to land, number 2.
The road.
For traffic. Runway 10, 64532.
5284 Quebec, extend your downwind, I'll call your base. You're following traffic about 4 mile final.
See, you hear him? He's going to call the base.
Call the base.
64532 traffic, following is over the numbers. You're inside traffic, 4 mile final. Keep her tight, please.
Keep it in tight. Runway 10, 64532.
We got that traffic inside well, 532.
Thank you. 989 Golf, you're number 2 to the runway, following traffic, turning the short right base now, just over 3 Mile Hill. You are cleared to land, runway 10, number 2.
Clear to land, runway 10, 99 Golf for number 2, looking for that traffic. We don't select touch and go, 99 Golf.
You are cleared touch and go for 989 Golf.
Clear touch and go, 99 Golf, number 2, 10.
Cape Tower, Skyhawk 381 Juliet, 9 miles west, inbound for landing with a nut.
929 Juliet, left Delta, and then Alpha and Bravo to park, no delay, please.
Left Delta, Alpha, Bravo to park, no delay. 29 Juliet.
381 Juliet, Cape Tower, straight in, 10, report 5 mile final.
Straight in, final. Straight in 10, report 5 miles, 81 Juliet.
Cape Girardeau's getting busy.
It is getting busy.
Keep down some traffic, you're following off your left wing momentarily. Let me know when you got
When they say keep it tight and no delay,
Yeah,
that means we're busy.
I see. I think I found the airport.
That wasn't it?
I don't know. It's you see all those buildings in a row. Oh, you're paying attention. But there's a bunch of buildings in a row, and there's a very tiny strip. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
You didn't say about buildings.
Clear to land, runway 10, number 2.
No, I think that's it. Real small.
It's very small.
Clear to land, runway 10, number 2, 5245.
Let's see what their weather is.
Okay.
Cape Tower, Skyhawk 381 Juliet, 5 miles, final,
Cape Girardeau Regional Airport.
Automated weather observation.
Everyone, Juliet, you're clear to land, runway 10. You're following traffic on about a 1 mile final.
At 03. Visibility 10.
Near the land 10, 381
Sky
Juliet.
condition clear. Temperature 21 Celsius. Dew point 09 Celsius. Altimeter 3023. Remarks. Density altitude 800.
Cape Girardeau Regional Airport.
Automated weather
Variable.
observation.
Wind's variable at 3023. The altimeter, ours was 3019, so that's a little bit different.
Okay.
Like left traffic for 999 Golf.
Affirmative, left traffic.
Left traffic, 99 Golf.
This whole look is Cape Girardeau looking. I think that's Cape Girardeau over there.
Okay.
And the airport, or actually maybe over here. The airport's really, really flat.
Yeah.
I've been up here, 2 or 3 times.
Right. It's right next to like the interstate you take to get up there.
Yep.
I remember driving by it.
Yeah, you can drive right past the edge of it. Like you literally you drive right past the end of 28, runway 28.
Yeah. Like it comes, yeah.
Oh, it's 10 miles. I bet it's.
I mean, it's got to be like there, right?
Alpha Bravo to park across 20.
Alpha Bravo to park across 20, Air Quebec. Thanks for your help.
Thank you.
Be it.
Yeah, I assume that's the airport up there. It looks airporty, does it not?
Yeah. I'm looking for the road, so I bet we'll be it.
Cape Tower, 99 Golf, with midfield downwind 10.
999 Golf, number 2, follow traffic on about a 1.5 mile final. You're clear touch to go, runway 10.
Clear touch to go 10, number 2, 99 Golf.
Cape Girardeau Tower, November 41 X-ray Papa, 10 miles to the southeast, inbound request, right traffic for touch and go, runway 10.
41 X-ray Papa, Cape Tower, right downwind 10, report midfield. Wind 030 at 4, altimeter 3023.
Cape Tower, November 41 X-ray Papa, right traffic for touch and go, 10, report midfield, downwind. Thank you.
And 1 X-ray Papa, state type aircraft.
Cape Tower, this is a Cirrus SR-22.
Copy SR22. Last calling tower unanswered, say again.
Cape Tower Mobile Whiskey, you'd like to proceed to the 200-foot bar this side of the threshold for 10.
Mobile Whiskey, you can proceed up to the 200-foot bar, still holding short of the runway.
Mobile Whiskey, 200-foot bar, holding short of the runway. Copy all, thank you.
And Golf, there is a truck moving a little closer to the runway. They're still going to be 200 feet short of the runway on final.
Roger, I got him inside 90 Golf.
Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah. There we go. Here's the interstate, is it right?
Right.
Oh, we got up here really fast. Right?
Yep, right.
Right.
Down to the open, right?
Cape Tower experimental RV 61 Lima Delta is 20 miles southwest at 3500 inbound landing. Cape Tower.
61 Lima Delta, Cape Tower. Proceed to inbound. Report when you're 5 to the southwest. Expect runway 10. Wind variable at 3, altimeter 3023.
Expect runway 10. Could that be a straight in?
Affirmative. You can expect a straight in to report when you are either 5 southwest or 5 mile final, whichever one you'd like.
5 mile final. 61 Lima Delta.
Cape Tower, reporting X-ray Papa, midfield downwind, right traffic 10, touch and go.
41 X-ray Papa, clear touch and go, runway 10.
41 X-ray Papa, clear for touch and go, 10. I'm just going to, after that, depart on runway heading till I'm out of your space.
Copy all. Last calling tower unanswered, say again.
Mobile Whiskey's at the Mauser building, clear of all active.
FAA Mobile Whiskey, roger.
Tower helicopter 24 Delta Foxtrot at the Cape Copters ramp with the current ASOS. Select crest present position takeoff to the east.
24 Delta Fox, Cape Tower departure on risk, uncontrolled movement area, use caution. Wind 0405, altimeter 3023.
Takeoff at on risk. 4 Delta Fox. 900 Golf, left midfield downwind 10.
999 Golf, extend your downwind, you're following a Cirrus. It's about 3 southwest, about to turn base. Let me know when you get them in sight.
Extend her downwind and I'll let you know when they're in sight, 98 Golf.
They're just southwest of 3 Mile Hill, off at your 10 o'clock now on the base.
I got him in sight, 98 Golf.
Roger, base turn to Fruit. To follow that traffic, you are cleared touch and go, runway 10.
We'd like to meet us full stop.
Roger, cleared to land, runway 10.
We'll land 10, number 2, base turn approved, 99 Golf.
Beam.
Yeah.
We're clear.
Right, he's the one who's supposed to follow us.
Right.
Cape Tower, return the Mausers back to off, please.
Roger.
Cape Tower, reporting X-ray Papa, going to just keep this heading until we get out of your airspace. Don't work too hard today.
41 X-ray Papa, I'll try not to. Your frequency change approved, your discretion. See you later.
See you later, Portland, Papa.